Guys, in this video we will discuss about that how to find the incidence matrix of a graph. So here if we consider that G be a graph with n vertices and m edges, then the incidence matrix is defined by, that is, the incidence matrix is in a rectangular matrix of order n cross m, and here the elements are like this, that Aij is equal to 1 if the ith vertex is incident on jth edge, 0 and 2 if Ej is a loop and the other vertex Vi, and 0 otherwise. So now here I will draw here two graphs, and here now I will show you, and now from here I will show you that how to draw the graph, how to draw the matrix from this graph. So how many edges are here? That is A, B, C, D and E. So here we will write, and how many edges are here? That is E1, E2, E3, E4, E5 and E6. So here we will write the matrices, or we will construct the matrices like this, that E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, and these are the like this, and here we will write that A, and here we will write the vertices A, B, C, D, E. So now see here that now we will just write we will now find that from this vertex A, that how many edges are incident of these 6 vertices. So now if we follow the A, that is A is incident with E1, so here we will write 1. A is not incident with E2, so it will be 0. A is incident with E3, so here we will write 1. A is incident with 4, no, so it will be 0. A is incident with 5, so it will be 1. So A is incident with E6, no, so it will be 0. Now B, if we follow B, that B is incident with E1, yes, B is incident with E1. B is incident with E2, yes. B is incident with E3, no, so it will be 0. B is and also here we follow that B is not incident with E4, E5 and E6, so it all is 0. Now if I come to the point C, or the vertex is C, that C is not incident with E1, so it will be 0. C is incident with E2, so it will be 0. C is incident with E3, so it will be 1. C is incident with E4, it will be 0. And see here that C is not incident with E5 and E6, so these both are 0. Now come to the point D. See here that D is not incident with E1, so this is 0. D is not incident with E2, D is not incident with E3, and D is now, see here that D is incident with E4, E5 and E6. That is here 1, 1, 1. And now if we follow the last E, see here that E is only incident with E6. So here we will put 1 and the rest position will be 0. So I hope you understand that how to construct this matrix. Now I will show you another one problem here, that is for this graph. So how many vertices are here? That is V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. And how many edges are there? There are 7 edges. So here we will write the matrices like E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, and here also V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. So now let us try to construct the matrix. That is V1 is adjacent with E1, so it will be 1. V1 is adjacent with E2, it will be 1. V1 is not adjacent with E3, so it will be 0. And see here that again that V1 is not adjacent with E4, E5, E6, but V1 is adjacent with E7. So this will all are 0, and at E7 it will be 1. So now come to the vertex V2. V2 is adjacent to E1, okay. E1, V2 is adjacent to E2, okay. V2 is adjacent to E3, and see here there is a loop. So here we will put 2. See here they given that if EJ is a loop at the vertex V, so it will be 2. So V2 is adjacent to E4, yes, this is adjacent to E4, 1. V2 is adjacent to E5, E6 and E7. See here that here V2 is not adjacent to E5, E6 and E7, so here all is a 0. Now come to the vertex V3. See here that V3 is adjacent to it E4 and E5. So here we will put at the point E4 and E5 is 0, and the rest portion will be 0. Now come to the point V4. That is V4 is adjacent to it E5 and E6. So here we will put on E5 and E6 0, and the other portion all are 0. And now if we come to the point V5, that is V5 is adjacent to it E6 and E7, and the rest portion will be 0. That is E6, V5 is adjacent to it E6 and E7, and all the portions are 0. So I hope you understand that how to construct the matrix. And now I will show you that how to find the or how to draw the graph from the incidence matrix. So now let us see. So guys, here now I will show you that how to draw the graph from a matrix. How to draw a graph from a matrix. So now see here that I will consider here this matrix, that is 111 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 1. So now see here, to draw the graph from incidence matrix, we will more emphasize on the edge. See here that E1 edge is incident with V1 and V4. E1 edge is incident on V1 and V4. So now we can say that we can draw this graph like this. That V1, suppose this is V1 and this is V4 and this is edge E1. Okay. Next come to the edge E2. E2 is also connected with incident with V1 and V2. So here V1, so we can say that this is the V2, so this is E2. Now come to the edge E3, that is E3, that V1 each see here that E3 is also incident with V1 and V4. So now we can that they can be joined by like this. This is the edge E4. And now if we go to the edge E4, that is E4 is incident with V2 and V3. So here we can draw it like this, V2 to V3. And if we last go to the edge E5, see here that E5 is incident with V3 and V4. So we can just add them. And this is the graph from the incidence matrix. And now I will show you another one, that is this matrix, that is here E1, E2, E3, E4, E5 and V1, V2, V3, V4. So now to draw this graph, so here first V1 is incident with E1, so you can draw it that V1 is incident with E1. And sorry, you can say here, and you can see here that if you follow the edge E1, that is also incident with V1 to V2. So you can plot V2 here. Now if we go to the edge E2, that is also incident with V2 and V3. So here we can write it, we can draw this. This is E2. And now if we go to E3 to E4 and the edge E3, then as you can see that is also incident with V3 to V4. So we can draw it like this. This is the edge E3, and if we go to the edge E4, that we can see here that E4 is incident with the vertex V2 and V4. So that means we can draw it like this. This is E4, and at last if we follow that E5, that is incident with V4, and here this is 2. That means this is a loop. This is the edge. This is the edge E5. So now I think you can understand that how to draw the graph from the incidence matrix. So thanks for the watching.